Hi everyone and welcome to this Power BI tutorial for beginners. If you've just started exploring Power BI, you might be wondering how to bring your data into the tool and what all those options in the Get Data menu really mean. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to navigate the Get Data options, what each of them can do, and how you can pick the best one for your needs. So let's jump in and take a detailed walkthrough together. First, when you click on the Get Data dropdown in Power BI, you'll see a panel open up with a variety of categories and data sources. Things like All, File, Database, Microsoft Fabric, Power Platform, Azure, Online Services, and other. This menu is kind of like a gateway to almost anything you might want to connect with. You can think of it as Power BI's main hub for collecting information, whether that's from your own computer, company databases, or cloud services. Let's start with the Excel Workbook option. If you choose this, you're able to directly upload an Excel file or even a table within an existing workbook. This is perfect if your data is organized in spreadsheets, which is super common for many businesses and personal projects. You can also use the All tab, which gives you an even wider array of choices including text files, XML, JSON, basically, almost any structured file type you might have handy. So if your data isn't in an Excel file, don't worry, there's likely an option here for you. Next up is the Files section. When you click on File, you'll see the typical options for importing data from files. Excel text, XML, JSON, and more. So whether your information is tucked away in a humble text file or a more complex XML document, Power BI can handle it. This step keeps things straightforward and lets you start with whatever local files you have. Moving on, let's talk about connecting to databases. If you've got a central database, maybe SQL Server or Oracle, for example, this is where you'll go. Once you select your preferred database, you'll need to click Connect, and here, where it gets a bit technical. You'll be asked for the server and database name, which is usually information provided by your IT department or whoever maintains your data. After you paste in those details, click OK and Power BI will start importing your tables. If you're not sure which database you use, don't worry, just ask your colleagues or check with your admin. Now, Microsoft Fabric is a newer option that brings together various Microsoft data tools. Here you'll see everything from Power BI semantic models and data flows to data marts and warehouses. If you're working in an environment with Microsoft Fabric or you're using multiple Microsoft services, this is a great way to tap directly into those resources and pull in highly organized data sets. The Power Platform section is similar but focused on Microsoft's business data solutions. In this section, you'll find options like Power BI Data Flows, Common Data Service, and Dataverse. These are especially helpful if your organization uses apps like Power Apps or relies on the Power Platform ecosystem for managing business data. For example, data flows let you automate data prep so that recurring reports stay fresh without extra manual work. Azure options are next, and these open up a huge world of cloud databases and analytics. You'll see choices like Azure SQL Database or Azure Synapse Analytics. If your company stores data in the cloud or you're working on big data projects, Azure integration makes it easy to connect straight to your cloud resources and start visualizing that data in Power BI. Online services is another handy category, especially if you need to pull information from web-based sources. Here you might spot things like SharePoint Online lists or even Microsoft Exchange Online. Let's say your team tracks project tasks in SharePoint. You can hook Power BI right up to those lists and build custom dashboards that update as your projects move forward. Finally, there's the Other category, which is a bit of a catch-all for things that don't fit the earlier boxes. Here you'll find connections like Web, SharePoint, OData Feed, Active Directory, and more. This is great if you're dealing with unique data sources or need a little extra flexibility connecting Power BI to something custom. So as you can see, the Get Data menu isn't just a button you click, it's the launchpad for your Power BI journey. Take a moment to look through all these options and consider where your data currently lives. Don't worry if you're not sure which one to choose at first. With a little bit of trial and error, you'll find what works best for you. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this walkthrough helpful, please give it a thumbs up and drop any questions in the comments below. I'm happy to help. Don't forget to subscribe for more beginner-friendly Power BI tutorials. See you in the next video.